He was Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of France, master of Europe, a man who made empires tremble. He commanded the most powerful army on the continent. His strategies were brilliant, his will unstoppable. But every conqueror meets his match. Napoleon's was unexpected. The year was 1807. Napoleon was at the peak of his power. He had just signed a triumphant peace treaty with Russia. To celebrate, his loyal chief of staff, Alexandre Berthier, planned an outdoor feast. It would be a day of leisure, a relaxed display of imperial power. Berthier wanted the emperor to have a successful hunt, a guaranteed victory. So he made a decision, a fateful one. He did not gather wild rabbits from the fields. That would have been too unpredictable. Instead, he ordered his men to buy hundreds of rabbits from local farms. These were tame rabbits. They were used to being fed by humans. They associated people with dinner. The day of the hunt arrived. Napoleon stood ready, expecting a bit of sport. The rabbits were released from their cages. At first, they hopped about calmly. Then, something changed. They turned. They saw the emperor and his court. A signal seemed to pass through the rabbit horde. Instead of running away, the rabbits charged. Not in fear, but in a hungry, focused mob. A fluffy, twitching tidal wave. Napoleon and his men were first amused, then bewildered. The rabbits were not afraid of them at all. The bunnies surged around their boots. They nipped at their ankles. They scrambled up their legs, looking for food. The emperor's guards swung their riding crops. The nobles waved their hats. It was a hopeless, comical defense. The mighty emperor, who had faced down the combined armies of Europe, was forced into a panicked retreat. He beat a hasty path to his carriage, flailing at the relentless bunnies. A few brave rabbits even followed him right into the coach. The carriage sped off, leaving the scene of his most humiliating defeat. So, what went wrong? The mistake was simple. These weren't wild animals. They were domesticated. They saw Napoleon's party not as a threat, but as a giant, mobile feeding service. This was not an attack of aggression. It was a dinner rush. And so, the great Napoleon Bonaparte, a legend of military history, was ultimately defeated not by strategy or artillery, but by an overwhelming, unstoppable, and very cute army of hungry bunnies. A truly fluffy and unforgettable surrender.